Some encouraging news about inflation and the prices we're paying from grocery stores to car lots. This figure will hit home.
Americans are spending an average of $218 more per month on their expenses compared to last year at this time. But wages are also up. So where do we go from here?
ABC's Perry Russum has you covered.
This morning, the new report on inflation is being described as a small step in the right direction.
Overall, when you kind of look at the areas where prices are up and down in this report, you do see some cooling in places where people are really feeling the impact of inflation.
Consumer prices in April were 3.4% higher compared to the same time last year. That's a slight improvement from the 3.5% increase we saw in March. And so-called core inflation, which removes volatile food and gas prices, was up by the smallest amount in 3 years. The other good news, wages are rising faster than inflation. But is that enough for the Federal Reserve to begin lowering interest rates? Likely not.
Remember, we've been hoping that the Fed and looking for the Fed had been hoping to start cutting rates around this time, but instead that timeline keeps getting postponed. What this report will likely do is give them a little bit of confidence that they can start lowering borrowing costs, but it's probably not going to happen for a little while still.
Food prices overall were unchanged in April. Grocery prices were down slightly from the previous month, but the cost of going out to eat rose slightly.
Be sure to save some fries for after.
Outrage over fast food prices prompted McDonald's yesterday to announce a new $5 value meal, which will hit menus in late June. But the deal will only be offered in certain locations and only for about 1 month. When it comes to the big picture, many people, including the president, have blamed corporate greed for the nation's inflation struggles.
For all we've done to bring prices down, there are still too many corporations in America ripping people off. Price gouging, junk fees, greedflation, shrinkflation.
The president's critics cite a surge in government spending for contributing to the problem. But new research from the Federal Reserve of San Francisco claims the current inflation struggle can largely be traced back to higher production costs and supply chain disruptions during the pandemic. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.